I served in Fort Stewart from 2006 to 2011. I know it's more of a Memorial Day thing, but I always think of the guys we lost. Think about those guys and contact guys that are still alive. Try to appreciate the little things and try and teach my kids that, not to be bub munches and just appreciate what they have in life and how bad things could be. We'd be out on patrol and the kids in sector would be begging for pens and pencils. And we had little slots in our uniform and they were always begging for the pencils and stuff. That just kind of put things in perspective. Life in America is pretty ridiculous and they should appreciate it.
I served from 2020 to 2023. I served at Fort Bragg. We had a lot of soldiers pass who didn't go to war. You know, it was mental battles, it was stuff back home. So it's like, I think honoring those who have kind of fallen, I don't necessarily honor it for myself. I think just seeing those and going to funerals while you're in is a bigger punch to the heart because it's like to do in remembrance of those people. So like I may have a rough day, but I think I don't really care how many packages are on my truck. You know, it's gonna get done. I don't really have an attitude towards the work ethic. You get 100% of me, whether I'm right or wrong, then I'll fix my mistakes. The military kind of showed me that there are different avenues to being who you are and getting what you want. You know, it doesn't always have to be a shining light everywhere. You can just shine in specific places.
I served in the United States Army from September of 2010 to 2014. When you are in the military, you learn pretty quickly that you have to have a good amount of patience. So eventually you gain the ability to have infinite amounts of patience, and that really helps in traffic.
I served in the Army from 2001 to 2009. Veterans Day to me is a celebration of all the people who served our country, whether they were deployed or not. Everyone who raised their right hand and said, yes, this is what I want to do. I'm willing to make that sacrifice. Be willing to lay your life down for the country. And that's really what you're doing. Being in the military shaped everything about me. It's at the core of who I am. It taught me how to be a better leader, a better human. I mean, when I went to Iraq, I was 21 years old, still in college, ripped out of college to go and serve our country in the middle of a desert. And I wouldn't take it back for anything. It really changed everything about who I am. Especially being deployed taught me that if your team isn't functioning well, you're not going to be able to accomplish anything. So building a really good team at Blink has always been really important to me, especially our leadership team. To see the best in people and be able to identify leaders quickly and put them into positions and surround myself with brilliant leaders that can help move us forward.
It seems like the vets here have an idea of like, you know, if there's a job that needs to be done, to do it quickly and efficiently. That's the most important thing. They know when to put their head down and just kind of like plow through the work.
They all show leadership qualities in their own ways. Most, if not all, drivers can go to them, even though they're not in our leaderships or not. I think these are great people. If you want a good head on your shoulders, I think talking to these people is a great thing.
Honestly, Shannon's really good at like making everybody feel very comfortable here. He's kind of like that calm sort of backbone where like everybody just feels at ease here. He's like one of the people that just like made me understand like the spirit and the overall quality of like what we do here at Blink. The first time that Shannon ever said anything to me, I was on pad and he came up and he said, "You gotta go to another DSP, bro." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "There's only room for 2 handsome men up in here." And it made me laugh and like it was really goofy, but it just broke the ice and it made me feel like this is somewhere that I could see myself.
I always feel like he's persevering in every situation he's in, no matter what. We can put him on any route. He'll do literally anything with a smile, and I think that's just awesome of him. There's been times where, you know, my mornings are kind of going a little bit crappy with just how things are running with operations. I'm expecting to hear something from him because, you know, I'm dealing with all these drivers and stuff, but hand him some crap and it's all good, man. You know, he's always giving me a smile, and that puts a smile on my face just because I'm expecting, you know, people to be mad, upset, argue with me. So it just makes my day whenever I get to see him smile and just go on with his day. So, yeah.
I would honestly say he's probably one of the primary reasons I'm still working this job. His calm firm demeanor in situations that typically yield more emotional charged responses at first annoyed the hell out of me. But I think that consistency and trust and respect was able to kind of get me off the ledge a few times, more than a few times. My first van damage incident, it was wintertime, midtown, skinny roads, lots of cars on the roads, skinny driveways, and I decided to back into a driveway and a snowdrift was covering a fire hydrant. The entire side of my van just grinded. I called Jimby, who was back here at the station, and he just kept me calm, gave me reassurance. All the typical things you'd say when emotions are high and logic's low. Without Jimby to intermittently or be the intermediary to get me through that, I probably wouldn't still be here. So I would say I probably owe the fact that I still have this job to Jimmy.
Honestly, anytime Jamie's here in the morning, it makes my job easier. I can tell the energy in rooms are just higher. Everyone's hyped to work. So honestly, just having Jamie here anytime is just amazing. She's always smiling. She's constantly smiling, always willing to pick you up when you're down, always willing to do anything for her teammates or just anyone in general. She's such a kind heart. She's so giving, and if you need anything from her, you can always ask. I think that's what makes her special.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Nailed it.